Where can you win $144,000 at? You can do this by playing your cards right. Oh, Card Sharks! And here's the star of Card Sharks, Rodney1279. Thank you guys and welcome to the Card Shark Showdown. And let's get to the cards. We're going to automatically put up the cards on the board for both players. And our returning champion right now with $2,000 is Mathew V, or Mathew V 26088. How you doing, Mathew?
I'm doing good, and I'm ready for another win, and I want to redeem myself in the money cards.
All right. Good having you with us. And his challenger is Joe Blake.
Hello.
Joe, why don't you tell the viewers about yourself?
Well, I'm 21 years old. I'm from Tennessee, and I really like game shows.
That's wonderful, Joe. Are you ready to play Card Sharks?
Yes.
Do you need me to explain the rules on how to play Card Sharks?
Oh, I've seen it enough times to know it.
So we don't need the rules. Okay, well, we'll get right into the game. Matthew, you're playing the red cards, and Joe, you're playing the blue cards, and it's the best 2 out of 3 games. And whoever wins 2 out of 3 games will go under the money cards for $144,000, okay?
Okay.
And if y'all guys are ready, we're going to start with the first question. And the first question goes to you, Matthew.
Okay.
We asked 100 people, do you have a twin brother or sister? How many people said yes, they do have a twin brother or sister?
Wow, a twin brother or sister. I mean, the odds of having twins when you're pregnant is like pretty rare. I like to think. But as for how many of them do have a twin brother or sister, I will say that it's probably not as rare as some people would think. But even so, I'm going to say 44.
Going with 44. Okay, and Joe, do you believe the answer is higher or lower than 44?
Well, I agree with Matt that the odds of having twins is not that often. So I'd say it's around there, but I think it's just a little bit lower.
A little lower. Okay, let's check it out. If it is lower than 44, you'll play your cards, Joe. If not, it goes to Matthew, okay? The actual number of people that say yes, they do have a twin brother or twin sister is 7. Only 7. It is low. Good job, Joe. All right, and when you win the question, you have the option to change the card if you want to. And your opening card, Joe, is a 4. Now you can play it or change it.
Okay, I'll go higher.
He's going higher, so no, he's not changing the card. Higher than a 4? Yes, it's a 10.
I'll take a chance and go lower.
Taking a chance. Lower than a 10. It's an 8. 7 plus 1. Good job.
I think I'll freeze.
Freezing. We're going to move the freeze marker to your card. And it keeps Matthew away from his cards. And we go to the second question. Joe, we asked 100 prison inmates, do you think police officers are honest? How many prison inmates that say yes, police officers are honest?
Well, it may depend on, like, I don't know how to explain it, but, I'll say maybe around 38.
Going with 38. Okay, here you go. All right, and Matthew, do you believe that number is higher or lower than 38?
Well, I personally think that cops are good people. I think they're honest all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But as for prison inmates, they may not think that. They may not be thinking the same thing. Although a small percentage of them do say they're honest, but even so, I think that's probably going to be a bit lower.
Going lower. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of prison inmates that said police officers are honest it's 4. It is lower, a lot lower. Good job, Matthew. Now you'll get to see your card for the first time. Your opening card, Matthew, is a 3.
Oh, I'll keep the 3 and let's go higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. No, it's a king. I'm sorry about that, Matthew. All right, Joe, you have a free chance at the cards. You must play off the 8.
I'll go higher.
Higher than an 8. It's a jack.
Lower.
For the first game and $1,000. Lower than a jack. No, it's a king. No progress, and Matthew, I hear you saying yes in the background, huh?
I'm saved. Just that I'm saved.
Yes. All right, Matthew, we go to our third question of this round. Matthew, we asked 100 people, do you believe that you have lived other lives before this one? How many people say yes, they have lived other lives before this one?
Wow. That's all I can say.
Yeah, loaded question.
That is tough. Then that other life could be really good or really bad. Or it could be just average. I know I've lived about maybe the same lifestyle as everybody. The only thing that's really changed is how I've acted.
Mm-hmm.
But even through that, oh my gosh, I will say probably not a lot. So I'm gonna go with I'm probably gonna go with my age on this one, 26.
26 people said that they have lived other lives besides this one. All right, Joe, is it higher or lower than 26?
Well, I agree. It's kind of like with Matt, like based on how you live in and such. Like you may be a different person, kind of person based on attitude and stuff. So I'm thinking it may be a bit higher.
A bit higher. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of people that said they have lived other lives before this one is 29. It is a little higher. Good job, Joe. Only by 3. All right, Joe, you have the card of an 8. Do you want to keep it or change it?
Change it.
All right, when you win the question, you get to change the card. The 8 becomes, an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a 2.
Oh, man.
Higher.
For the first game, higher than a 2. Yeah, it's a king. Good job, Joe.
All right.
That gets you $1,000. You had great cards at the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
So let me turn my questions over here. And we're going to go to the round 2 questions I have in my stack. And y'all still have the same 5 cards from y'all same decks of 52 that y'all got shuffled before the game. And the question will go to you, Joe, to start off the second round.
All right.
Okay, Joe, we found 100 households. These are all men who stay at home and take care of the house and kids while their wife works. And we asked them, has your wife ever gotten angry at you because you didn't have dinner ready when she came home from work? How many households said yes, their wife did get angry because they did not have dinner ready when she got home from work?
Oh boy. I've heard that happening before, but I think it would depend on how the wife feels when she comes home from work.
That's a good point.
So, and I'll say probably a medium number, about 47.
Going 47, okay. Matthew, is it higher or lower than 47?
Wow, I can only imagine. That was probably the worst feeling back in the day. And, but in spite of all that, I still think that feeling is still around today, so I think that's going to be even higher.
Going higher. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of house husbands that say yes, their wife did get angry when they did not fix their dinner on time because they work all day is 36. It is not higher, it is lower, so Joe, you get it. All right, Joe, your opening card is a 3. You have a choice. You can play it or change it.
I'm keeping it, and I'm going higher.
Okay, let me cross this question out. Okay, you're going to keep it. You're going higher. Higher than a 3. It's a jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. No, a double. All right, Matthew, free chance. You have a 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 5.
Okay, I'm going to have to go on because I need to catch up. Higher.
Higher than a 5. No, a double again. Sorry about that, guys. Those doubles are coming up. All right, second question this round. It goes to you, Matthew.
Okay.
A man on the street went to Japan where he asked 100 Japanese women who are married, did you live with your husband before you married him? How many Japanese women said they did live with their husband first?
Ooh. Well, Japan customs can get pretty... Well, people in Japan are known to be pretty traditional when it comes to marriage. I would imagine that would be a pretty high number. I'm going to say...
Well, remember the question says, how many Japanese women said they lived with their husband first before they got married?
But even so, I think that's going to be pretty high.
Okay.
But I'm going to say... $59.
Going 59. We're going to put 59 up there. Okay. And Joe, is that higher or lower than 59?
Well, I agree that in those countries, traditions are usually kept through the generations. So I'll say that it's a bit lower.
Going lower, okay. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of Japanese women that said they lived with each other first before they got married is 2. It is a lot lower. Good job, Joe. All right, you have a 3, Joe. What do you want to do with that 3?
Let's go higher.
Okay, he's keeping the 3 and he's going higher. Higher than the 3. It's an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace. It's a 9.
I'm going to take a chance and go lower.
He's taking a chance on a 9. Lower than a 9. It's a 4.
Higher.
If it's higher than a 4, Joe, you'll be the new champion, and you're going to the money cards for $144,000. If it's not higher, you're going back to the 3. Higher than the 4? No!
Oh,
And Matthew, you've been saved again.
Oh, that sucks, Joel. I feel for you, pal.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, now I gotta play the 10, so I'm gonna go lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 6.
I'll freeze.
Freezing on the 6, protecting his position. And the third question go to you, Joe. Joe, we asked 100 high school teachers, have you ever spent a night in jail? How many teachers admit they have spent the night in jail?
Wow. I'm pretty sure they have a good reputation if they're to be high school teachers. So I'd say not many. I'd say it's pretty low. I'll go for maybe 14.
Going with 14. All right, is it higher or lower than 14, Matthew?
Well, teachers are known to teachers have a pretty big oath to not stick their nose in other people's businesses, and try and help the kids pass the course. But as for spending the night in jail, there will probably have to be a good reason. So even so, I think it's a tiny bit higher.
A tiny bit higher. Okay, let's check it out. The actual number of teachers that admitted that they have spent the night in jail is 13. It is not higher, it's lower. You was one off, Joe. If you would have been exactly right on that one, Joe, you would have gotten a $1,000 bonus, okay? But you get the cards, Joe. You have that 3. What do you want to do with that 3?
I'll go higher again.
Okay, he's keeping it higher than a 3. No, a double, Matthew. Free chance. You have that 6.
I'll go higher.
Higher than a 6. No, it's a 5. Okay, now this is the 4th and final question. Somebody must win on this play of the card, so control is critical at this point. And Matthew, here's your question. Our man on the street went to Las Vegas where he asked 100 women who were gambling, did you gamble before you ate breakfast this morning? How many women said they did gamble before they ate breakfast this morning?
Oh, no. Those, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say about those. I really don't know what to say about them. But regardless of that, I think women are pretty self-conscious about how much they make. And I know that they don't want to easily spend their money in Vegas. And sometimes it could work, sometimes it doesn't, obviously because it's Vegas. And,
right. Trying to keep those hotels up.
Oh my gosh. But even through all of that, I'm still going to say 20.
Going with 20. All right. Joe, do you believe that answer is higher or lower than 20?
I agree. It depends on how, if they're in the mood to gamble, but I don't know. I'll say, that it's lower.
Going lower, okay. All right, this is an important decision, so let's see what happens. The actual number of women that said they did gamble before they ate breakfast this morning is 23. Is not lower, it's higher, so Matthew, you got it. Now here's the situation, Matthew. You have a 6, and you do have the power to change that card if you want to, and play it out. Or you can force Joe to play the card out. He has a 3. He does not have the power to change at 3, and he has 4 cards to go. Now, you can play it yourself, Matthew, or pass it to Joe. What's your decision?
You know what? I may get a dirty look when I say this, but you know what? I don't care. Joel, you're getting it.
All right, Joe, it's going to you. Now, you make one mistake, Joe, and we have a tie game.
Mm-hmm. Higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a 10. Continue.
I'll go lower.
Lower than a 10. No, it's a queen, Matthew. You tied the game up.
Yes! I made the right call.
Yep. Well, so you're up to $3,000, Matthew. Now we're going to do our 3-question, 3-card showdown to determine who's going to go for $144,000 in the money cards, okay?
All right.
And the next question goes to you, Joe. All right, Joe, we asked 100 millionaires, have you ever been turned down for a credit card? How many millionaires admitted that they have been turned down for a credit card?
I wouldn't say very many. I'd say probably 7.
7 people, okay. All right, Matthew, do you believe that number is higher or lower than 7?
I think I remember this question on my own season, so I think it's even lower than 7.
You going lower?
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. The actual number of millionaires that have been turned down for a credit card is 6. It is lower. Again, Joe was 1 off. But you won the question, Matthew. Now, your opening card is a jack, Matthew. Do you want to play that, jack, or you want to change it?
I'll keep the jack and I'll go lower.
Okay, lower than a jack. It's a 9.
Oh, what the hell? It's only 1 card. Lower.
All right, if it is lower than a 9, you'll retain your championship, and you'll have a total of $4,000. Lower than a 9, you retain your championship, Matthew. Good job. Good comeback, Matt.
Thank you.
You have $4,000, and in a moment, you'll be playing the money cards again for $144,000. Well, Joe, you did not play too badly. You're going home with $1,000 and our congratulations, okay?
Thank you.
And we're going to get the money card game set up right now here. Good comeback, Matt. And we get the money card set up. Okay, and we're playing for $144,000. Let's open the board to the money cards. Now, I'll explain the rules to the people at home before we even start the money cards. All right, the object of the game for the money cards is Matthew is going to work his way across the lower level to predict whether those cards are higher or lower than the ones before it. We're going to start Matthew off with $1,000. Then, when he works his way through the first level, he's going to go into the second level. We're going to add another $1,000 to his total. He'll do the same thing with the other 3 cards. As you know, the minimum bet is $50 until you get to the big bet, in which you have to risk at least half of your money. And if you need help, you got those 3 help cards that will help you out along the way. Okay, Matthew?
All right.
Now, what number do you want to go with to cut your deck?
I'll go 30 this time.
30. All right, and we're going to set the cards on the board. And when the cards are set up, we'll give you the $1,000. There it is. And your opening card for $1,000 is a jack. You want to keep it or change it?
I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna hold back on this. I realize that I don't need to run the table on this. It's not really that important.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go for $700 lower.
$700 lower than a jack. Wait a minute, let me hit that. Lower than a jack. Yes, it's a 6. You had $1,700 in the 6.
Okay, I'll change it with number 1.
All right. He says yes, he wants to change a card. The 6 becomes a 9. You have $1,700 and a 9.
$100 lower.
Okay, play it safe. $100 lower than a 9. Yes, it's a 4. You're up to $1,800 and a 4.
Okay, I know. I gotta go balls out on this. I'm betting the farm higher.
Everything.
No matter what, so might as well just do it all.
All right, everything higher than a 4. Yes, it's a 9. You have $3,600. Now we bring you up to the second level. We add $1,000 to your score. You're up to $4,600, and you have that 9 to work with.
I'm getting rid of that 9 with number 3.
Number 3, he's going to change the card. With number 3, the 9 becomes a 10. $4,600 in the 10.
$400 lower. Just $400.
$400 lower than the 10. Yes, it's a 7. You have $5,000 and a 7.
Oh boy. I'm still holding back, but I'm just gonna say 1,000 higher.
Okay, $1,000 higher than a 7. Yes, it's a jack. Now you have $6,000 and a jack, Matthew.
Okay, you know what? I live by my local sports anchor, Robert Kikala. He has a code of no regrets. I'm living by that too. Anytime I'm out on the street, I'm living by no regrets here. I don't care what happens to me. I'm betting it all lower.
Everything lower than the jack. Good luck, Matthew. We have not seen no queens, kings, or aces yet. I hope you're right. Everything lower than the jack. Yes, it's an 8. You have $12,000, and this is an important decision. You have the 8. Now, do you want to keep that 8?
I'm going to change it.
All right. He's going to change the 8. All right. The 8 becomes a queen. Now, you must bid.
Oh my gosh.
You must bid at least $6,000 on this play of the cards, Matthew. But you can bid more. What's your big bet?
You know what? I came with nothing. I'll leave with nothing. Just other than the money I won from the regular games. I'm betting the farm again lower.
For $24,000 or nothing. Lower than the queen. You did it! Good job!
Yes!
Wow! Good job, Matthew. You have $24,000 for your game. Nicely done. We're going to add your prior winnings of $4,000 to your score. That's going to give your total to bring your total to $28,000. Nice playing. You had some tough cards too.
Yes.
All right.
For last time, I applied it here.
There you go. All right. Well, we're going to get the closing now. Get ready for the music, Gary.
Can you please repeat? I couldn't hear you.
Okay, we're done with this episode, so you can get ready for the music to close out.
Let me know.
All right. You get started right now. This is Rodney1279 signing off, saying be safe, be careful, and take care, everybody. And thanks for playing Card Sharks. Goodbye, everybody. Repeat it again, Gary. Card Sharks has been an RCD Productions in association with the Skype Game Show Network and Mark Goodson's Productions.